Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, and this is Satisfactory. You know what else is satisfactory? Leaving a like and subscribe. That's the way. Okay, we've done some stuff behind the scenes since the last episode. First of all, I've extended our smelter operation up there. I've put in another couple of banks of smelters. Because I want to increase our output, obviously. So that will give us a combined output of, I think, 900 and something, 960 or something like that, which will be all of those impure nodes down there. As well as, if you look along there, you'll see a couple of miners up there. And indeed, a couple of miners over there. I've also unlocked the parachute, as you can see, and the blade runners. So moving around the map has become slightly easier. So, down here we have connected up these three normal nodes with Mark II miners, so they'll be producing 120 each. And up there we have connected up those two impure nodes, which will produce 60 each, giving us a combined total of 120. All of those are feeding down on Mark II belts, carrying 120 per minute, and feeding into the bottom of our smelter factory. I've got them feeding directly into the this side, basically. So the four banks of smelters on this side, they're the ones that are connected up. Now, I've also done a bit of exploring, so I've had some success finding hard drives and scanning those. So let's have a look at what we've got here. Okay, in the hard drive library then, we've got the basic basic copper alloy and the basic iron ingots. So combining copper with iron will give us the copper ingot, which will basically double up production, but we are using iron as well. The basic iron ingot will again double up production, but we need to add limestone into the mix, and it will produce more. That will also produce much more. Yeah. That will considerably increase the rate at which we produce them. But, I mean, we probably don't need that much copper, and copper isn't that rare, and neither is iron. I don't know about that one. This one, we've got the iron pipe or the alternate steel frame. So the iron pipe is making pipes out of iron ingots. That is a great one. This would be great if we already had that, to be honest. Yeah, that would be much easier to make if we already had that. Never mind. What have we got here? Right, we had a slight problem with OBS there, but I think we're back now. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. It says reject invite on this one. I'm pretty sure that's steamed copper sheets. But I'm not sure why it's saying reject invite. That might just be a bug. We've got automated miners, don't care at all. Fused quick wire. So that's Caterium and copper to make quick wire. Now, quick wire is normally 1 for 5. Yeah. Cheap silica, don't care. Silica's cheap enough to produce as it is. We don't use that much of it. Cast screw, making screws directly from iron ingots. I think we're definitely going to go for that one. That seems like a no-brainer to me. That means we can have 3 basic factories, one making plates, one making rods, one making screws, straight out of the smelters. What have we got here? Stitched iron plates or steel rods. Yeah, I'm not wasting my steel on rods when I can make them out of iron. Alternate stitched iron plate. So, iron plate and copper wire instead of screws. Maybe? I mean, it's better than that one, so yeah, we'll probably end up going with that one. What have we got here? Steel rotor, so pipes and copper wire instead of rods and screws. Maybe. I mean, if we get the iron pipe recipe, that's definitely worth getting. Because just combining a couple of pipes with a little bit of copper wire to make a rotor, yeah, that's definitely better. Moulded beams, 24 steel and 16 concrete for 9 steel beams. I mean, much quicker production. 45 per minute as opposed to 15 per minute. But you need to be then pumping in a lot of steel. 45 times 24 per minute. Maths. And then what have we got in the last one? Bolted frame. So plates and screws instead of plates and rods. Okay. Rigger motor, a rotor, a stator, and a crystal oscillator, which we can make. But only in a crafting bench, as far as I can see. At the moment. Maybe in a manufacturer later. Again, it's an increase in speed. Slightly more resources. But you are producing considerably more motors. But again, I think the bolted frame is probably what we're going to end up going with. But I've not selected any of them at the moment, as you can tell. I have also unlocked Blade Runners, which is nice. The parachute and the rebar gun. And the Nobelisk, obviously. So we have an array of things to kill other things with. We also have, if you look in the top right corner, our milestone, expanded power infrastructure, ready to go. So we'll send that off and make the pod fly through the building.
Milestone reached. After several pioneers started exhibiting traumatic responses to power blackouts, Fixit developed mitigation tools recommended by your local therapist. Power storages can hold excess power to delay or prevent blackouts in the eventuality that your factory's power consumption exceeds production. To simplify, these are rechargeable batteries. Power towers carry power lines for significantly greater distances than poles, facilitating factory expansion and exploitation of this environment for the good of Fixit and humanity.
Thank you, Ada. Very, very useful, as always. Now, if we come up here... So this is where we've got our smelters set up. Yeah, and I've started trying to figure out what I want things to look like around here. We've got the painted beams creating a frame for the power network there, which looks quite nice. Or we've got the concrete pillars over here with an unpainted finish, which I also think looks quite nice. Oh, these things, these are our first blueprints, in fact. And these were directly stolen from Total Eclipse. So go and subscribe to his channel and check out his content, which is far superior to mine, I have to admit. But this is, let's have a look. Basically, one of these low barriers just looks like that. But you put a sign in it. Let's get ourselves a sign. You have to do this. I've already done this as a blueprint. But you have to basically lock it onto there. And what I've done is actually do it on both sides. We don't need to do it on both sides. And then, oh, you need to set the background colour to whatever you want it for. Let's go with just a simple white light. We'll get rid of the icon. We'll get rid of the text. We'll increase the emission strength. There we go. And then you get your low barrier and you just pop it down on top. And you've got a funky little bit of lighting. which I think is great. So I've done that. I've done the lighting for the blueprint. There we go, a little bit of a blue light, and it's on both sides, so we can use it in the open as well as up against things like here. But that's what I've got here, and I've got the railings around the top as well, which I think looks pretty good. So yeah, I like what I've done there. I'm probably going to carry that on around all of these things. But I can't quite decide between the concrete and the beams. I think I prefer the concrete, but let me know what you think in the comments below. I might listen. Who knows? Okay, but all this is going to use a lot of power. So for the moment, obviously we've got those mines set up and are feeding. Obviously none of these are connected, but those are feeding into this back 4 set of smelters here. If we just drop down onto the logistics floor, you'll see what I mean. So, oops. There we go. So we come in there and they just split off. Very simple. Over those smelters. But as I say, that's going to take some power. And so, what I have done is expand our power production. Now, okay, good. That's good. I'm not sure why there is smoke coming out of these chimneys, because these back 8 shouldn't be on. I have primed them with a little bit of coal. I have just literally doubled up what we had down here. So we've got another 4 water pumps, and I've changed the plumbing around. So these 2 now feed this side, rather than those 2 feeding up and around into those ones up there. In terms of the conveyors, every time I come around here I say I need a better way of getting up onto this top floor. But in terms of the conveyors, it's a very simple system and has not yet been connected up past this point. Because at the moment we're only producing enough to feed what we've already got on the system. So, what we need to do is come all the way out, and we need to go and upgrade our miners. So, let's do that, shall we? So, Mark II miner on there, Mark II miner on there. Excellent stuff. And now I'm going to paint them to let me know that I have already upgraded them to Mark II. Now, are you going to produce? Yes, you are. Excellent. So these are already on Mark II belts, so it can take the additional load. All I need to do, basically, is connect up those conveyor belts now, and then go around and turn on all of those coal generators. So let me connect these up first, and give it a minute to actually feed the coal through. Okay, everything is primed. This should add another, I think, 600 to our power. Yeah, 600 megawatts. 75 each, there's 4 of them on each side. Yeah, 600. Yeah, 600. Yeah. Okay, right, let's turn them on. They should all just fire up fine. The conveyor line is backed up, so there's plenty of reserve in the pipeline, as it were. But those 2 miners should be producing exactly enough to keep this running now. There we go. 2 more. There we go. Right, and that should be more than enough to run those smelters, and plenty to put on to run the factories that we're going to run off of those smelters, basically. Okay, what else have I done? Not a huge amount. I've done a lot of exploring, basically. We have a bunch of stuff in storage back at base. I've been plumbing a bunch of stuff into the awesome sink to build up coupons. In terms of sort of building stuff, we've got the asphalt, the concrete, and the basic fix-it foundation types. We've got the main blocks, the half blocks, we've got the corner ramps, the double ramps, we've got the stairs, which are new and I'm quite interested in starting to use. We've got the inverted ramps, we've got some of the quarter pipe sections, we've got most of the walls, including some of the windows, and we got a bunch of oh yes, I unlocked the roof sections as well. So we've got beams and pillars and walkways and things like that. In terms of the customizer, I've unlocked the unpainted, the copper, and the chrome. And honestly, I think the unpainted looks best for most situations. Yeah, that's where we are. We do have, just up there, there is a cave with some crystal, some quartz deposits. I've got a couple of automated miners on there at the moment. I haven't set up anything permanent. But we can just go up and grab raw quartz when we need it. I did bring a bunch back to the main base, and I've turned a bunch of it into silica, and a bunch of it into refined quartz, is it? I can't remember. The stuff you need for lighting. I've picked up a bunch of sulfur. Yeah, that's basically where we are. If I dive up to the steel end, we'll have a look up there briefly, and then I want to do a bit of exploring, and I want to see if I can find that SAM ore. Okay, well, all of this is pretty much as we left at the end of last episode. Steel is still being produced over there. I have done a little bit over there. You might be able to see the top of an awesome sink. But I've just noticed that we have stopped producing our encased industrial beams over here. So I'm just going to pop in some additional storage. There we go. Yeah, we have a fair few of those, which is nice. So yeah, over here I have put in an awesome sink to take additional steel pipes. Oops. I've set up a split storage, so we've always got a full storage bin of pipes, and the same over here, a full storage bin of beams. I will actually grab some more of those, I think. I can probably do with some more of those as well. Yeah, but we've just got the excess pipes now flowing off into the awesome sink. We only have one coupon, which is terrible. Other than that, all this is exactly the same, apart from I put in some railings because I was, you know, a little concerned. But now I have the parachute, so it doesn't matter. Yes, okay. SAM ore, then. I think the SAM ore is up underneath this arch. From what I've seen of what other people have done and what I've heard of people talk about, I think this area, there's a big hole around here somewhere. And I think the SAM ore is down there. There's usually a hog around here somewhere. There isn't today. Okay, fair enough. Yes, I think... Oh, let's steer clear of those flowers if we can. There's the big hole. Now, as I say, I think, from what people have been talking about, that down there somewhere is the SAM ore. Let's see if we can. Come on. Alright, fine, be like that. start there. Let's give ourselves a foundation here. And let's begin to head down. You know what? I think I'm going to double up the ramps just to be safe. Alright, flowers, don't mind me, just coming through. No need to get upset. Okay. Let's have a look, see what we can see. A deep hole. More flowers down there. Hello. Okay. You're there. This isn't going to be easy, is it? Alright, let me think about this. Well, I've got down to this point easily enough, just by sort of looping around. If I come back out this way, I can probably get down to the ground level without too much trouble. I mean, there are some concerning skittering noises coming from down there. I can't see anything, but I'm sure there's something. There is over there what looks like a summer's loop. Probably a bunch more stuff around that I'm not seeing. But I don't need to get down there, because I can build from up here. Now, whether I've got enough resources on me to get conveyors all the way to the top, I don't know. And it is going to pass straight through my ramp here. But honestly, I'm fine with that. We'll bring it out this way. And then, how are we going to do this? That's not going to work, because we don't have the resources. Alright, let me go grab some resources, and we'll see what we can do. A slight redesign, just bringing out the conveyor lifter at ground level, as it were, and then feeding the conveyor straight up the ramp there. As you can see, I've already brought power down and across, and all we need to do is not fall off. That's the plan, anyway. And hopefully we can just connect you to you. Oh, hello. Ah! That was unnecessary. Let me just deal with you. Are you still coming? Where are you? Ah, flower. I mean, it sounds like she's still trying to attack, doesn't it? I say she. I don't know if it's a she. I have no idea. I'm merely assuming it's gender. Which is wrong of me, clearly. Right, did I actually connect the miner? I think I did. So we should start getting some SAM ore coming up here any second now. In fact, I think I can just about see it in the distance. But I'm not going to go down there because, you know, giant spider. Here we go. Lovely stuff. I'm not hearing anything else from the giant spider, so I'm hoping it's, you know, chilled out a bit. Right, let's fill our pockets with this. I'm surprised Ada has nothing to say about it. I'll just grab a whole bunch of this and then I'll... in fact, do you know what? Let's give ourselves some more foundations going that way. Oops. Where are we? There we go. We'll just fill up that that container. Right, and I'll wait till I've got maybe a couple of hundred, and then I'll dash back to the hub and we can do some research on it. Well, here we are back at the MAM. I've got a bunch of SAM ore on me, so let's have a look. What do we need for you? 10. Okay. I may have overfilled my pockets with SAM ore. Thank you very much.
Strange alien matter analysis completed. Dormant crystalline SAM can now be found with the resource scanner. In its dormant state, it is safe to handle without special equipment and can be stored indefinitely. Research for enabling the reanimation of dormant SAM is now available.
Fill the rivers with blood and let the effigies defile our temples. The sun will follow.
Okay. We've been getting bits and pieces of plot as I've been exploring and picking up all of the Mercer spheres and Summers loops. Yeah, it's not weird at all. Right, what do we need? Reanimated SAM. Ooh. Costs 20 of our hard-earned SAM ore.
SAM reanimation recipe unlocked. SAM can now be safely awakened, provided it is contained. Meaning, if not contained in special electromagnetic storage, it tends to start breaking atomic bonds of any matter it has physical contact with, and reconstructing it into easily transportable resources.
Scripture and blood compose harmony. Follow our hallowed temple halls and listen to the echoes of your ripples. Our bones are more beautiful than yours.
Okay, sure. Right, now we need 10 of those reanimated SAM. How do I make reanimated SAM? Oop. Reanimated SAM. In a constructor or on the crafting bench. So it's just 4 for 1. Okay. Right, you know what? Let's go and set up a constructor over at the SAM production. I've almost certainly got enough stuff on me to make a constructor or two. Yes, I do. Alright, let's go and do that then. Here we are then, back at the SAM ore production, and I've already set up a constructor. So, all we need to do, oops, is get in here and connect this up to the power. And that should start producing some reanimated SAM for us. We've also got a bunch, you know, in our pocket. That's already full. So I could turn that into reanimated SAM in a craft bench. But we need a bunch of it so we can do some more research. So, ooh, I can take the stairs down. I'll put some stairs in, like. Yeah. It's great, isn't it? Right. I'll head back to the hub and we can bung together some reanimated SAM on the workbench there. And then we can do the rest of that research. Okay, here we are, back at the MAM. So we've got enough to make, or to research the SAM fluctuator. So we'll do that.
SAM fluctuator recipe unlocked. The fluctuator can mimic unique communication through patterns of electric frequencies to instruct reanimated SAM to perform specific tasks or give specific restrictions, such as matter-to-energy conversion. It can also function as matter memory, reading the exact composition and state of a collection of matter in one location, breaking it down, and near-instantly reconstructing it in another location, which has incredible potential for smart storage.
Your threads shift solid to fluid to a tapestry. Matter, 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 and mind and melody.
Okay. Indeed. Matter, a matter of mind. Right, dimensional depot. We need 11 of those SAM fluctuators, for which we need 6 of those things. And now we have what we need for the dimensional depot. So let's unlock that.
Dimensional Depot unlocked. SAM can be utilized to deconstruct matter down to its chemical elements in one dimension, and the Mercer sphere allows it to be transferred and stored in another. Once parts are fed into the Dimensional Depot, they can be accessed by the Pioneer inventory and build gun system at any time, anywhere.
We see through the window. It is pathetic. Consume more blood. The glass will not shatter, the metal will not bend, the wood will not splinter. Weave.
Getting slightly more ominous. But if I'm hearing that right, we can build one of these things. I mean, we can't yet, obviously. Each one needs a Mercer sphere and 10 of those fluctuators. Okay. Use to upload resources to a dimensional storage deposit. From here, resources can be used by the build gun and crafting stations as if they were in the Pioneer inventory. So yeah, it's just storage, but permanent inventory storage. Oh, okay. So, I mean, this would be one of the first places we'd want it, is on our concrete and our metal plates, our rods, our screws. Yeah, all of that stuff. Right, okay. Ooh, that's interesting. Right. No, go back. What is next? Another 10 for alien energy harvesting, which gives us a power augmenter and production amplifiers. They look like they use Summer's Loop, which we don't have a lot of. What are you? Upload upgrade 30 per minute. Oh, okay, so there's a upload limit, and we can only store a certain number of stacks in each one. And presumably that's a standalone one that you could just chuck stuff into? Possibly? Alright, we're going to have a fiddle with that, so we're going to need to make some of those fluctuators. Let's have a look. Right, I can only do it in a crafting bench at the moment. That's annoying. Alright, well I'm going to have to go and make... go and get a bunch of the reanimated SAM, and then make a bunch of those fluctuators. Right, back at the hub then. We have enough of the bits and pieces to make 5 dimensional depots. So I'm thinking concrete, copper, wire, cables, iron rods and iron plates for the first 5. I don't really want to set those up yet though, because obviously we've still got all this mess and we're just going to be taking it apart eventually. Once we replace it with the stuff coming out of here. So I think next episode we are going to be expanding, if I move up here, expanding out this way. That's the plan, and we're going to put in factories for iron rods, iron plates, and I think we're going to go with the cast screws. So I'll need to do some maths to figure out how that's best going to be split, because we've got, even without taking apart anything that we've already built, we have, as I say, 400 and... was it 480? Yeah, I think 480 coming in. So that's, 4 banks of these smelters operating and putting out 480 ingots a minute. So I'll have to figure out how to split that across plates, rods and screws. Tell you what, let's go down here to the MAM. No, we're looking at the hard drive library. Where is it? Cast screws. 5 for 20, 50 a minute. Okay. Okay. That's quite a lot. But let's... yeah, let's get that. So yeah, we'll set up a basic factory to take the first load of those iron ingots and turn those straight into plates, screws and rods. Then we can actually strip out most of this under here and start feeding up into these smelters as well. I don't know. I'll have to do some thinking about that. How much of this are we going to... I mean, in all honesty, all of this can go to rods, plates and screws for the moment. If we get the pipes as well, the iron pipes, we can churn those out in that factory also. Alright, I'm going to need to do some thinking, some planning. We might spread out in both directions. I don't know. I was thinking about leaving that end open to put in a kind of entryway and a kind of foyer overlooking the waterfall that way. But I'm not sure. Let's know your thoughts in the comments. We will leave it there for this episode. We've got Sam unlocked and we've got those dimensional depots. That's good. We've doubled our power from the coal generators. That's good. We're producing a whole bunch of stuff. Basic stuff. We do need to start making modular frames, which are rods and reinforced plates, which are both being produced and stored right there. So in theory, I could just feed out from both of those into an assembler out here in the short term to make modular frames. That's not a terrible idea. Do I have enough on me to make an assembler? Just about. Look at that. Alright, you can sit for the moment out there. We will get a feed from there. And a feed from there. That's fine. Yeah, we will grab power from there. And feed it in there. And you, my friend, are making modular frames. Excellent stuff. Right, and for the moment you can just feed out into storage there. Excellent stuff. Right, and we will leave it there for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Please give us any comments down below. And please join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been Satisfactory. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.